Hello, some updates about new gelée releases. You know that I have my project going on where I list all the gelée products available in the market. There's a list that you can download. Link in the description box is free to consult. But I still have to update with what I'm gonna share with you today. I just need to find the time. First of all, while I was abroad, I've been in Singapore in the last 2 weeks, I noticed that the NARS powders, the permanent ones, there are 3 shades. This is the translucent one, but there are also the other ones. Let me see how it's called, this one. Light reflecting setting powder. This was a limited edition from a couple of holidays ago, but there are permanent versions with the classic black soft touch packaging by NARS, and I noticed that all of them are gelée. So NARS has gelée powders nowadays. Other things from the latest collection, Tom Ford, the summer collection, Soleil collection, all the highlighters are gelée, only the highlighters. They're great, I decided to skip them. Tom Ford right now is very pricey. Also, speaking about Tom Ford, there's a new collection coming up with a duo, a pink duo. So duos are coming back. Probably this will be a limited edition collection, and afterwards there will be a permanent release of duos. Kind of excited, but at the same time, Tom Ford at this point is just too expensive for what it is. That is my opinion. Yeah, we just have the possibility to get access to this gelée formulations in cheaper brands. So here it is. I was referring to this with this duo that I recently purchased by Kiko. These are face powders, but the colors are very similar to that duo by Tom Ford. And this was 23 euros, and that one would be at least double the price, at least. But I'm afraid it will be even more expensive than that. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with Kiko, although as you may know from my videos, and I would recommend a playlist about this gelée formula, you know that Kiko is kind of more powdery, less dense than higher end brands. Not so much about this pink duo, but I will pay attention to the new duos that for sure will be released later on by Tom Ford. From the DIOR summer collection, there was the highlighter. That highlighter limited edition is the gelée formula, but as you may know from my previous video where I showed the haul from Singapore, I discovered that that color was very similar to this color here from this quad by DIOR. I have the previous version now. Packaging has changed, but is this one. And I can tell you that yeah, the new one, this looks a tad more peachy and less golden than that one. But still, it was too golden for my liking. My favorite in this quad is this one. And this is more of a high palette for me. So, I mean, it didn't make sense to buy a highlighter that was very similar to this one. Anyway, also this palette by DIOR is in the gelée formula. Is permanent as far as I know, and yeah, it's a higher value because you have 4 shades. So it's beautiful, but as beautiful as it is, I decided to skip because I already had this one, and the one in the limited edition compact was more glittery than this one. I don't see chunkier glitters as I saw in that one. Then some releases on the cheaper side. One is She Glam from a fast fashion brand, has released duos, and I have purchased them. So a video is coming soon because I think that it's not made in China, is not that type of gelée formula made in China that I call waxy gelée because it has a more waxy texture, not hard like plastic like the Italian one. That one, I was so curious about that, and they were very affordable in the 8-9 euros for a duo that I wanted to try them. They are kind of similar to the Patrick Ta duos, So I think these are the, let's say, cheaper dupes. So a video is coming soon. Just want to notify you that also those ones are harsh gelée. It is a brand that I started to side-eye, but they actually use the labs from all over the world. So I'm pretty confident that they're using the same lab as Kiko from Italy, but I will have the confirmation once I receive the package. And finally, talking about the Italian brand Kiko. Kiko has more of these water eyeshadows that are the harsh gelée eyeshadows in the Kiko line. This is an example of an old collection. It was a limited edition, but there's the Hue Ready collection with duochromes, kind of a multi-chromes. If you want an harsh gelée version that is a little bit more subdued, then these Kiko water eyeshadows from the Hue Ready collection are the way to go. So I think about them as more wearable in the sense that more subdued multi-chromes in the harsh gelée formula. So you can use wet on dry and has that smooth quality. I haven't picked them up because with Kiko I always wait for a discount. Unless it's something like this that was sold out online and I had to look for in store and pay full price for it. But usually with Kiko I always wait for an offer. So I'm waiting for a deal to have a Kiko haul, because definitely there are now some things from different collections that I'm interested in. And speaking about Kiko collections, there's a new collection that is Kiko in collaboration with Just Cavalli. Now, Just Cavalli is the kind of young brand, cheaper branch of Roberto Cavalli. Roberto Cavalli was an Italian fashion designer from Tuscany, passed away a few years ago and became famous for the vintage jeans re-edited with flowers and animalier prints inspired by the wild nature. And of course, I own a pair of these jeans. I never purchased by Just Cavalli, the kind of younger brands, but I definitely had a few of those jeans by the mainline Roberto Cavalli. When I was a teenager in the early 2000s, that was the time where he became very popular. So Cavalli with the animalier prints as well as Dolce & Gabbana were the it brands in those early 2000s. Never got involved into this Just Cavalli line, but it still exists because it's doing a collaboration with Kiko now. So the animalier print is present in the packaging of this collection. There are many things, but the harsh gelée products, we are talking about harsh gelée products in this video, are the highlighters. There are two highlighters. From this collection, I'm very attracted by different things. Highlighters maybe no, because I have so many. I don't need an extra highlighter. Also, I'm not a fan of this packaging. I find it a little bit tacky for my taste, but I like animalier, but is the way they implemented the animalier concept here that I don't like. It's very cheap way. I personally don't like. Up to you if you like. It's just personal preference. But I like the products. This collection, I think it will be a hit. I like the glosses and the bronzers. There are two bronzers that are very, again, 2000 looking, kind of that golden satin sheen in the bronzer that, yeah, looks very glamorous and wild, giving me a sexy kind of a Jane, Jane vibe, like, or from the savannah, I don't know. I like them. So I like the bronzers and the glosses. I think I will pick up some pieces. I also like the lipstick cases with the animalier print. That is something that I like. And also the packaging of the perfumes. So there are definitely things I need to check in person, that collection, because something that, captured my attention. And it was since the Valentine's Day Flirtalet collection that I wasn't attracted by a Kiko collection. But anyway, talking about the harsh gelée products in this collection is just the highlighters that are harsh gelée. Let me know if I'm missing something, if there's something new in the makeup releases, new collections with the harsh gelée products that I'm missing out. But that's mostly what's going on right now. So let me know what you think, what you plan to purchase, and see you in my next video. Bye.